My girlfriend calls me, telling me she wants to talk. She says she only met the guy 10 times, and it was to find out how she feels about it. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, I found out my girlfriend of 6 years has been dating someone for months. And a big shout out to Steve for sending me this story. And guys, this story is about a guy. He is 29 years old. His girlfriend's 31. And they've been together for 6 years, just like it says in the title. And lo and behold, he discovers one day his girlfriend has a secret lover that she's been hooking up with for months. And upon finding this out, and you'll see how he finds this whole thing out, obviously he's upset and he confronts her on this. And of course, the usual drama and waterworks and all that. And he is now rightfully kicking her to the curb. I'll be very good one to go over here, guys, just to show you the type of crap that goes on and how you can think you're in the most secure, perfect relationship, and then bullshit happens. And you always have to keep your eyes out. And you cannot, if this situation ever happens to you, and I hope it doesn't, you have to walk away and not buy into that whole bullshit that comes out of the book that they all seem to use as a reference for excuses. It's not what you think. I made a mistake, that type of crap, and cut them loose. Otherwise, they'll do it again. So, jumping right into it, it says here, my girlfriend told me that she was going to the beach for the weekend with her sister. My girlfriend hasn't uploaded any pictures to her social media, and neither did her sister. Usually they upload pretty frequently, but this wasn't an issue until today during work. So already you can tell something's up with her. Out of nowhere, I get a message from some girl that I don't know. She sends me screenshots of a conversation with her and a guy. It's a discussion between two exes fighting about who the girl is and the guy is with last weekend. I notice the girl name drops my girlfriend and asks if he's with her. He replies yes and tells her to keep quiet because she's my girlfriend, is in a relationship. So he gets this mysterious text out of nowhere, informing him of a shady situation. Now, this element of the story is a little off, but putting that aside, you'll see how the dots will be connected. I freak out, but nothing that can't be explained. I asked this anonymous messenger if he uploaded any pictures to his socials, and she shows me a picture of the guy that took and uploaded the picture. It was a picture of his food with shoes in the background. Those shoes were from a very distinctive brand. I recognize these as my girlfriend's. So, your girlfriend obviously is not the only one in the world that may have this particular pair of shoes. I mean, come on here. However, obviously you're going to see that he was right. I was working a night shift, told my boss I was freaking out and had to go, and he let me go. I drive to the house of my sister, to the sister of my girlfriend, and they were supposed to be at the beach together. So I was going to go check there first. It's 5:30 in the morning. My sister-in-law opens up, and I see she's shocked. I ask her if my girlfriend is here, and she says no, and I ask for her. And she says to me that she's with some guy that she's had a crush on for some time. Just like that, like, oh, you know, just she's out with some guy she's had a crush on. Gee, who do you think probably put things in this guy's girlfriend's head to go cheat? Duh. Remember who your girl hangs out with. Friends, family, whatever. Pay attention to that. Some discussion starts about how I should not throw away 6 years of my relationship because of this one mistake. She's telling this guy she's out with some guy, but don't throw away 6 years because of this one mistake. Bullshit. It's not a mistake. I ask how long they've been dating, and by accident she drops 2 months. I leave the house to go to my own house. So, his girl's dating a dude 2 months, and I'm sure that's a lie. And that's just a one-time mistake. My ass. My girlfriend calls me telling me she wants to talk. She says she's only met the guy 10 times and was to find out how she feels about it. I enrage and repeat, only 10 times? Yeah, 10 times. 10 times or 1 time, doesn't matter. You're lying, you're cheating, you're hooking up, we're done. Don't ever call me again. She comes home, we have a discussion. She tells me they meet a few times, had drinks, met his friends, stayed at his place, and booked a hotel last weekend for 2 nights and shared the bed. Oh, thanks. That makes me feel so much better. She tells me she doesn't want me to leave, and she wouldn't leave me if the roles were changed. Bullshit. If this dude was seeing some other chick 10 times and all what she described, you don't think that she would be done with him? Come on here. Yes, she would like that has other women attracted to him, but if he's cheating, he'd be done. I told her the trust is broken and I don't see this working out. I freaking love her, but I'm sick to my stomach and don't see how this will ever recover. We share cars, a house, and some cats. Do I give her a second chance or move on? Smack. Dude, really? You know the answer. I know I have to leave her, but I've never been sad about anything like this in my life before. What do I do? Now, before I get on to part 2 and how he handles this whole situation, it's over, bro. And I'm sorry that happened. And I'm sorry that 6 years of your life is now down the tubes. But you can't be with someone like this. You obviously were good to her, and she thought she had you. And either she just wanted to have her cake and eat it too, the nice guy to be in a relationship with, the guy who probably would marry her, and go have fun with her bad boys, or she was looking for your replacement. Either way, you can't be with someone like this. A relationship is based on trust, and you cannot have trust to someone that does something like this and gives you that it was a mistake. Bullshit. And her sister obviously is known about this and doesn't give a crap about you. Why would you want to marry into a family like that? Now we're on to part 2, and he's going to break down the different days and things that were going on leading up to his eventual conclusion to this whole story. It says here, day 0, or I guess the current day. After that post, I went on vacation to a vacation house in the countryside, which is my happy place. When I messaged my friends where I was and what had happened, they without question directly came over and had to drive 1 to 2 hours to get there. Those are good friends. Cherish them always. You're bros. That's why I always say bros before hoes. Don't mess up a good friendship. Even if you have 2 great friends you can absolutely trust, that's worth more than anything. Good that he has them. For the first few hours, I was alone, but I hadn't had any sleep or any food, so no productive thinking happened there. After an hour, the first friend showed up. This helped me a lot, and I could order my thoughts better. After 2 hours, my 2 other friends arrived. We sat there with the 4 of us watching the corn grow. We sat in silence, they listened, and they only talked when I asked for their opinions. Man, these are good guys. We laughed, we cried, we sat there from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night. Meanwhile, my ex, or soon-to-be ex, kept messaging me every 30 minutes. I ignored all the I love yous, regret this, regret that, let me prove myself messages, and only replied when she asked if I was okay, if I was with friends, and general health questions. So she's bombarding him. She knows she's in deep crap. Her confidence that he's not going to leave her is starting to dwindle. So the old I love you and I regret this and let me prove myself to you. You've proven everything I need to know. After that, one of my friends wanted to drive me back home because I looked like complete crap and hadn't slept for 30 hours. That day cemented the best friendships in my life. Yes, and one day you'll be there for those friends. Next day, I slept from 11 p.m. until 10 a.m. I drank some protein shakes and started cleaning up my house. The messages by my ex kept coming in. I went to the gym to work out, drove my car through the car wash, and came back home around 5 p.m. I decided I didn't want to cook, so I got some alcohol-free beers and a pizza. I then decided I wanted to feel the grief after a full day with friends. So I sat on the couch and allowed myself to let my mind do its own thing. Meanwhile, my ex's messages kept coming in. I started to reply to some. I forgot to mention that she had a trip to Spain planned with, you guess it, her sister. So she's in Spain for the coming weeks, which works out great at the moment because we both need to be alone and away from each other. So right there, as if there weren't enough red flags, if she truly cared about him, like they're together 6 years and it could be over, potential marriage material's over, do you think she'd just go running off to Spain with her sister when this is all going on? No, she'd cancel her trip and do anything to get this guy back, to prove how sorry she is. Not that he should take her back anyway, but no, she's off to Spain, no big deal, which shows in her mind, yeah, I can bombard this guy with texts and apologies and make him a bunch of bullshit, and eventually he'll come back to me. That's her actions are demonstrating that. Pay attention to people's actions, gentlemen. So I messaged her that I'm with friends and I'll be using this time to process everything, and I suggest you do the same in Spain. She messaged that she wanted to be here for me and she can't stop crying, and that she disabled her social medias and wanted to make sure that I knew it and that I wasn't blocked or she wasn't blocking me or anything. So yeah, that's real great that she's not crying in Spain, she's laughing in Spain. She probably has a Spanish lover by the end of the first day in Spain. Anyway, I did the dumbest thing and started scrolling through all the vacation pictures we made together and reminiscing about the memories and the good times through those pictures. Bad idea. It's going to make you emotional and think twice about things, or like, maybe this can work, maybe we can find a way. No, bad idea. But I do get he has to go through the emotions, cry and scream and break some shit if he has to make himself get all out. Can't go back with her. This brought me to a very sad place. To top it off, I added some sad music, and obviously everything got extra sad. I started messaging my ex and told her to just come clean. She told me I wouldn't want to hear about it. I told her I wanted to hear it. Apparently they met 3 months ago at a party. Remember earlier the sister said it was 2 months ago? Well, she's saying now it's 3 months. 5 days after my birthday. Nothing happened except flirting, and they exchanged social medias. Shortly after, they started dating and had SCX on multiple occasions. Well, obviously. She says her love for me never changed and I'm her world. Really? So what would you do to me? What would you do to this guy if he wasn't her world? This is how she treats a guy she claims she loves and says is her world. Again, all these lines and quotes from the Hobag Handbook. But she fell in love with him as well, and she hoped that the love for him would slowly die off eventually. She wanted to tell me, but because she hoped it would slowly disappear, she wouldn't have to tell me anymore, and everything could, with this secret, go back to normal. I told her that people don't fall in love overnight, and she deliberately looked for it and invested in it. Yeah, exactly. Women most certainly don't fall in love. Men can actually pretty much fall in love pretty quickly at first sight. That's how dumb we are. But women take a time to fall in love. So she spent a lot of time with this dude. She even had people lie for her to be able to create and establish this relationship. She agreed that she fully cheated on me, but she honestly doesn't want to lose me. Yeah, she doesn't want to lose you because she's 31 years old. She knows now she's in her 30s. She's not as attractive as she was in her 20s. Her prime is now over. I'm sure she's still good looking, but not like in her 20s. And obviously she wants that ring, so she doesn't want to lose this guy. Her meal ticket. The guy that will, say I do. And if not, she has to start all over again. Before I knew it, it turned dark outside and I was sitting in a house without lights on. I updated my friends. We shared a group chat, and one of them instantly called me and we had a good chat. He brought up how when we were on vacation, I never once bashed or trash talked her and only kept to the facts. Took some sleeping pills, dozed off around 12 p.m. and woke up just now around 12:30 a.m. Oh, and her sister hasn't messaged me since, but her mom kept messaging, but honestly, the most BS stuff. I'll paraphrase a few. By the way, English is not this guy's first language, so I'm doing my best to what he wrote. But the mother says something like, were you two separate? You two have been in the wrong, and you're looking at it in a black and white way. And he wrote it so bad I can't. But the point is, her mother is texting him pretty much saying that you're looking at this in a black and white situation. You should let it go. And of course she's saying that because she's the mother of the cheating girlfriend here. Probably is hoping for a wedding so she can be the mother of the bride. That's a big deal. Hoping to get her daughter married off. Hoping to get grandkids one day. That's what's going on here. Never mind her daughter's a liar and a cheater. And hell, she's probably the same way. Or was the same way. And day 2. I'm writing this update because I saw a lot of people asking about it. And the previous post is locked. Also helps me journal everything this way. It is surreal. I feel so empty and have so much pain. I miss her, and when she messages me kind things and regret, I warm up. My heart wants nothing else than exactly that, but my head is telling me this ain't possible, that this is over. I just honestly don't want it, if that makes any sense at all. Well, it does make sense. There's a part of him that just wants it to be over, wants to forget everything that happens, because he's been in love with her for 6 years, and he's hurting, but his mind is telling him, no, it's done. You can't trust her. Who would do something like this to someone they love? You get the point. I want to thank everyone for all the replies I had in the original post. Some commenters really hit the nail on the head, and some contribute a lot with sending their love and cheer up replies. I wasn't sure what I could expect when posting that, but the internet meant a lot to me on my darkest day, and I'll always remember that. Love you guys. Thanks for reading. So, what I've pieced together now is it is over. It is over with her. Thank the Lord, he came to his senses. Now, I'm going to read some comments in a second here and hit the nail right in the head, because I know a lot of you guys, you'll listen to this story, and that's that. And you'll hear the comments that I read, because it's nice to hear what people think. around the world. And some of these commenters give really good advice. And some give really stupid-ass advice too, but I try to get rid of them unless I'm deliberately making fun of them. But this guy, what he needs to do, in my opinion, is simply this. Take it one day at a time, block her on everything. I have nothing to do. Tell her we're done, block her on everything. That's it. We're moving on. Tell her she can go be with that guy that she was trying not to fall in love with. I'm sure he'll be a great boyfriend and husband material. And this guy can hang out with his bros, his family. He says he goes to the gym. That's great. Work out. And in time, he'll heal and move on. Whether he gets another relationship again, who the hell knows? But I guarantee you she'll just keep bombarding him with messages and probably show up at his house crying, begging for a second chance. He can't give in. No matter how much he misses the old times and hopes that she'll change, she won't. Can't do that. Now some comments here. One guy says here, you need to block her. It's time that the healing can start. She has to recognize the door is closed. You can't go back from this, and you shouldn't. Take care of yourself and learn to get over it. Give yourself time. Healing after such a long time needs time. My favorite saying is, don't look into the past. You are not going that way. Another guy says here, yeah, she disabled her social media so her affair partner couldn't tag her in photos because he's on vacation with her. Because if she truly felt bad about it, what she did, she would not be on vacation right now. That's what I said. She'd be in bed, depressed, and upset about how hurt she is that she hurt someone she loves. Correct. I knew vacation, everything's falling apart and she's on vacation. Get the fuck out of here. And last one, this is good advice for anybody in a situation like this with a cheater. He says, first, I'm very sorry for you that you had to go through this. No one should ever have to feel the heartache that you're feeling right now. There's hardly anything worse than that, exactly this. From a how to act situation perspective, you are doing fine. You should keep doing the following. Number one, keep stonewalling her and give her as little of attackable surface as possible. She is not sorry for cheating. She simply does not want to suffer the consequences of you finding out. If it is bearable, go no contact for the time being. She has nothing to say to you that will help you survive right now. Number two, deflect the negative energy and put it into some kind of physical hobby or activity. Right. Don't just mope around in the house. Get out. Do stuff. Hang out with your bros, even if you don't feel like it. Get out. Work out. 3, you have a strong support system. If the feelings become overwhelming, then lean back on it and ask for help. If there's a topic that you cannot discuss with your friends, then you can go to an anonymous support network like Surviving Infidelity. 4, stay true to yourself and do not let this destroy your character. She's the one who proved to not be trustworthy and a garbage human being. You did nothing to deserve this and nothing that made her cheat on you. Correct. You're doing good and you'll be fine in the end. In fact, even if this hurts like hell right now, you'll be a stronger human being after that. Hey, freaking men, that which does not kill you makes you stronger. Awesome saying. So, he's now all the wiser, and again, there's always a silver lining, he dodged a big one. Because you could have married her and she would have kept cheating. Or would have found out about this after he got married. And if he got back with her, I guarantee you, she'd keep doing the same goddamn thing. Because once a cheater, always a cheater. She'd lose respect for him for taking her back. And it's only a matter of time before her sister and her other friends are pressuring him. And next thing you know, she's pregnant and it's somebody else's baby. You get the point here. You move on, end of story. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, if you find a great story like me to cover, email me strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I'll definitely cover it when I get the chance. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.